Ahead on Primetime, for their efforts during the pandemic, vendor checks are being prepped. Sabrina Salas-Matanani has a breakdown. Plus, the public auditor will be conducting audits focusing on the COVID-19 pandemic procurement, pay, and CARES Act budget. And Tomas Manglotnia checks in with some of CNMI's small businesses to see how they're faring during the COVID crisis.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Nestor Licanto. Before we get to the news, here's a message from one of our frontline heroes.
Hafade Guam. I'm Firefighter Arlene Sibitan from the Doña Fire Station. We are not in the clear yet, so I'm reminding you to stay safe, wash your hands, and practice social distancing.
Thank you, Firefighter Sibetang, and to all of our frontline heroes. Now for the news. The Department of Administration Director Edward Byrne has gotten his marching orders and firing up the computers to push electronic checks to vendors for their efforts in containing coronavirus. Here's more now with Sabrina Salas-Matanani.
DOA Director Edward Byrne got his orders from Governor Lulian Guerrero.
There is a formal instruction I have.
The formal instructions came via a memorandum signed by the governor last Friday, May 8th, citing her Title X special powers, allowing her to make emergency purchases to respond to a public health emergency.
I know that we're having to do things in a different way, all of us, right, because of this pandemic.
Different in that invoices are being paid even though signatures are missing on several emergency purchases that were posted on the governor's website. Matter of fact, every emergency purchase on agreements between Guam Homeland Security and the Office of Civil Defense for the quarantine isolation facilities are missing the signature of the agency's director, Charles Esteves, certifying officer Marie Kenga, BBMR Director Lester Carlson, the Attorney General, and the governor herself. What was attached to every agreement was the May 7th memo stating the governor's Title X special powers.
So these don't have to have contracts, right? Just as long as you got the invoice, you don't have any other you don't have to have any other paper trail justifying anything, like no agreements are in place. It's okay just as long as the governor says, go pay this. And here's the invoice.
This was an emergency procurement.
Right. Well, I'm just curious because Charles Esteves said, where's the contract when it came to Mr. Hyun sending over information about these food contracts, and Esteves is like, where's the contract?
Byrne was firm that he's received his orders.
I think it was like at the end of last week, I got an instruction from the governor to pay these invoices that were acquired under this emergency purchase.
Although Byrne didn't provide specific details about which invoices or how many he's paying, according to the governor's website, there are multiple emergency purchases and multiple agreements between GHS OCD for quarantine isolation facilities, beginning with Santa Fe. UNI are paying for 103 fully furnished rooms, Perlis Court condominiums, 17 fully furnished condos, Pacific Star, 389 rooms, Days Inn, 48 rooms, and Wyndham Garden, 144. According to these agreements, we're paying $100 per room per day, and even if they're vacant. The hotels are to take care of housekeeping, linen and towel service, providing their own labor and personnel, as well as the quarantine isolation hotels are responsible for delivering and providing 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. But if food services are part of the deal, why is there invoices on the governor's website to pay almost $80,000 to Capital Kitchen?
I think it does include food for those people that are staffing the hotels, but I don't think it's every meal. I think it's just, whenever those staff are there, we paid for the meals for the people that are helping the people in quarantine.
Also paid was an invoice for laundry services from a company called The Laundry Solutions. But it wasn't the governor that gave the order, but rather her now former chief of staff, Tony Babalta.
Is she the only one who can tell you that? Because you said Tony Babalta also did. Is she the only one? And who else has?
Nobody else has.
So just Tony Babalta and the governor have ordered you to...
The governor is the governor, right?
Well, Tony Babalta was Tony Babalta. He's not the governor. But you said he called you up or he wrote something. Did he call you or did he write something and tell you to pay?
No, I think he called me.
Can you recall the call, Ed?
No. But let me just say this, and this is important, right? That if the instruction I have got from the governor was to pay whatever invoices were presented. And that means invoices that were presented and paid, and invoices that are yet to be paid.
UNI, in the meantime, will also be paying for medical staffing at the quarantine isolation sites. According to a memorandum of agreement between Public Health and Health Services of the Pacific, they were brought in to provide clinical surveillance of inbound travelers held under quarantine at GovGuam isolation sites. These include physicians, nurses, LPNs, and non-clinical support staff, to name a few. According to the MOA, they're being paid also for overtime and mileage reimbursement. While the MOA was signed by HSP, it wasn't signed by Public Health Director Linda N. Pinko DeNorsi. Although we don't know just yet how much all these emergency purchases will cost UNI, as the governor has said in the past, quote, "It is what it is."
The normal rules don't apply in these circumstances.
The question, however, does remain, will it stand up to GovGuam's requests for federal reimbursement? We should also note that almost all of the quarantine isolation facility agreements have expired or will expire in the next several days. KUAM has also learned that a new round of emergency purchases will be done for quarantine and isolation facilities, but this time with the assistance and guidance from Civil Defense and GSA to ensure proper protocols and procedures are met. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matanani.
Public Auditor B.J. Cruz will be conducting audits of pandemic COVID-19 procurement, Adeloop's CARES Act budget, and pandemic pay. Cruz says his office is currently finalizing financial audits, but engagement letters seeking information and documents will go out to pertinent parties next week. He tells KUAM 3 audit teams have been established to review the emergency procurement of hotels as GovGuam quarantine facilities, proposed expenditures of CARES funds, and public employee pay issues relative to double pay versus COVID differential pay. The announcement of audits comes a day after former Governor Eddie Calvo called out Cruz and Attorney General Levin Camacho for their silence on controversial issues surrounding the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration's handling of COVID emergency purchases, procurement, and other issues that have made headlines recently. He adds the COVID-related audits were requested by several senators and news media. Guam Fire Chief Dan Stone says his firefighters are focused on the mission at hand and not on whether or not they are getting state of emergency double pay. Chief Stone tells KUAM's Containing COVID how he says his rank and file feel about the double pay issue.
The governor and the lieutenant governor absolutely recognize the fact that that they wanted to recognize the work and the efforts and the commitment by the firefighters and the rest of the government that is on the front lines, and so they came up with the differential pay, and for right now it's the acknowledgement of their work, and so again, like I've said, for the most part, throughout the rank and file, from what I've been getting back from either first-hand discussions with them and/or feedback from their commanders and their assistant chiefs. Again, they're very committed. Their focus right now is on taking care of the business at hand.
So they don't want the double pay.
That's not what I said.
And while firefighter frontliners may not be getting the double pay they're entitled to, Stone said what they are getting is tested for COVID-19.
We actually have, I believe, 13 firefighters up there right now. So the effort with public health is to start testing those frontliners from Guam Fire Department, Guam Police Department, and to our medical the medical staff as well.
Stone said GFD's COVID transport units will remain in operation for the duration of the pandemic emergency declaration. He added that with the onset of PCOR 2, GFD may again staff its window at the One Stop Business Center. You may have seen posted the hashtag on social media, the hashtag #OpenCut. The Cut Beauty Salon is asking for help to open its doors just like other salons have in PCOR 2. Adriana Cotero explains.
Cut didn't make the cut.
We're a unique situation.
While many businesses are struggling to pay their bills thanks to the closures from the COVID-19 pandemic. Co-owners Christopher Regis and Monica Sherry said they're a unique situation. They've continued to try to secure their business license, but have been met with obstacle after obstacle.
Yes, we were actually told kind of like right down to the wire that there was a step that was backwards or flip-flopped, and you know, we went back, we rectified whatever it was that, you know, was required, and then you know, we were told we had to wait for the next board meeting.
It was October of last year when Sherry and Regis made the decision to start Cut Beauty Salon. The duo set the grand opening date for March 2020. And prior to the opening day, the business owners had to make a minor adjustment to the license. And while they were able to get the application submitted in time, it's pending approval by the Cosmetology Board under Public Health. However, according to Sherry, due to the pandemic, the next board meeting is indefinite, and the licensure office is prioritizing healthcare professional licenses.
Rightfully so. I completely support that and understand that. However, man, we need to take care of our families. Our licensed professionals, you know, they've been as patient as possible and cooperative with the entire timeline of us opening up, but you know, this is how we provide for our homes, this is how we pay our bills, and if we're not able to provide them a salon to work for, they would have to go elsewhere.
This means Cut could potentially shut down before getting started. Sherry and Regis say they have called every number in the book, sent various emails to the Public Health Cosmetology Board, only to receive an automated response. And due to this delay and the COVID-19 lockdown, the co-owners have lost more than $80,000 together in revenue. And they add, as a premature small business that did not pay taxes or collect revenue last year, they are unable to apply or collect any federal assistance.
We understand the guidelines that the governor has been given out, and we applaud her in her job and everything that she's done. All we're looking forward to is opening and getting on with what we need to do to pay the bills that we owe already.
And now to news from the CNMI. Our Tomas Mangloña spoke to small business owners in Saipan on how they're persisting through this pandemic. Here's more.
With most people staying at home, many businesses are trying to stay afloat. Philip Canuto has managed Island Touch on Saipan for the past 7 years.
For the past 2 months, we have sale but very little.
These days, much of the flowers, lace, and heart-shaped pillows go untouched in his shop in what is usually a bustling senior prom and graduation season. Couples' vows also have to wait.
I have a 6 weddings supposed to be for May and June. That's really confirmed, but they canceled.
Just a few minutes away, Rob Trevillo runs Tribe Mariana's clothing store. Their doors have been shut for over a month. It's not the first storm he's braved.
It brings me back to like Typhoon U2, you know, when I was one of the people during Typhoon U2 that lost their home. And I was really devastated and depressed during that time, but it took a lot of my close friends and family to tell me that, hey man, by you being down and depressed and, you know, and trying to shy away from society, it's kind of like when they turn on the bat signal and Batman never shows up.
But people continue to answer his call and shop online, their logo standing for a One Marianas approach to recovery.
It's something that we definitely do need to keep pushing to the community that we're going to get through this.
His partner also runs Selena's Beauty Works in Tumon on Guam, and she's feeling the pressure. Like many during these uncertain times, the question remains, what's next?
When times are hard, pray. When times are good, pray even harder.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tomas Mangloña.
And we want to take a moment to pat ourselves on the back. The Radio, Television, News, Digital News Association announced the 2020 Regional Award winners for the Murrow Awards. KUAM received the award for excellence in social media for our region, competing with news stations in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. There were a record number of more than 5,000 entries representing the best in local broadcast news. The RTDNA is the world's largest professional organization devoted exclusively to broadcast and digital journalism. Founded as a grassroots organization in 1946, RTDNA's mission is to promote and protect responsible journalism and defend the First Amendment rights of electronic journalists throughout the country. And we'll be back with more news right after this.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
While we've all been through a lot over the years,
typhoons, earthquakes, and now COVID-19,
we've been able to get through these together.
For more than 80 years, Travelers Insurance has been protecting your homes, your businesses,
And the health of your family.
We are here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
There are better days ahead. Tomorrow's a new day filled with hope and choices.
The possibilities of what we can achieve together are limitless.
Let's continue to work together to ensure a brighter tomorrow for all of us.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Gila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
More freedom. To learn more. To create more. To connect more. Mix and match Data Pass. Take your data further.
KUAM News, winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
Welcome back. A newly released study confirms that veterans who served in Guam from 1962 to 1975 were likely exposed to potentially harmful herbicides, including Agent Orange. The report was issued by the National Veterans Legal Services Program and Yale Law School Legal Services. It concludes that based on official government accounts and credible veteran testimony, that there was as likely as not significant dioxin exposure pathways as a result of spraying, mishandling, and disposal in documented areas. Guam Veterans Affairs Director Fred Bordallo says it strongly reinforces what veterans have been claiming for years.
This study now is going to be significant because, there have been some Agent Orange claims dismissed by the VA in the 1970s and 1980s. And for it to be recognized now by this study, this white paper that has been released, now it sort of like strengthens the claim for the veterans that are filing with the U.S. VA, for exposure to Agent Orange.
Guam EPA and U.S. EPA teams conducted soil samplings at off-base locations as late as October of last year. Preliminary results of previous testing indicated the presence of primary constituents of Agent Orange. In a release today, Guam EPA said it's aware of the report and is reviewing the findings to determine if it will assist in its ongoing investigation into veterans' claims of herbicide use in Guam. And police are investigating a burglary at the Guam Community College that left the bookstore in shambles. The bookstore was secured on May 4th, and when school officials came back for reopening on May 12th, they noticed damage to the cashier area, shelving, and cabinets. The entire store was also covered in fire extinguisher solution. Anyone with information is again asked to call GPD dispatchers at 472-8911, and information can also be submitted anonymously to the Guam Crime Stoppers website. Attempts to smuggle contraband into the Hagåtña detention facility by a detainee have prompted the feds to seek denial of his release conditions. Assistant U.S. Attorney Laura Sambatero asked the court to deny federal drug defendant Daryl Jake Guerrero's motion to modify release conditions. She says he's a danger to the community, having violated rules while booked up. According to court documents, there are 3 audio recordings of telephone calls made by Guerrero asking outsiders to throw contraband onto the roof of the detention facility. Guerrero previously requested for pre-trial release to a third-party custodian. He's been in jail since January for drug possession. Guerrero was found in a hotel room at Leo Palace Resort with more than 300 grams of meth and is accused of using the hotel for drug distribution purposes. Romo Garcia Ochoa pleaded not guilty, to multiple counts of child assault charges during his arraignment today. According to court documents, in May of last year, Ochoa allegedly assaulted children on Anderson Air Force Base. In one instance, pushing the child under a chair and restraining the child for over 6 minutes. In another instance, by grabbing the child by the arms and dragging the child into another room. Ochoa denies the 3 counts. He was set free on conditional release. Magistrates Judge Michael Bordallo set jury selection for July 16th. And you'll be able to pay your utility bills in person again. GPA and GWA announced the reopening of the customer service lobbies at their Padilla headquarters starting tomorrow. They're also introducing a new drive-through service, also using 2 newly installed windows. Employees will be on hand at the parking lot this week to direct customers. They're still encouraging customers, though, to use pay by phone and electronic payment methods. Still more news ahead. Stay with us.
More freedom. To learn more, to create more, to connect more. Mix and match data pass. Take your data further.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
Ruby Tuesday Guam is still preparing the dishes you love for either curbside carryout or delivery. Call them at 647-7828 or 647-7829 for curbside carryout service with a smile. For delivery, download the free Grab and Grub app and follow the instructions to get Ruby Tuesdays delivered to your door. Stay safe and healthy, Guam.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Gather round, the Cravings Pack from Taco Bell. 4 crunchy tacos and 4 beefy 5-layer burritos, paired perfectly with all your Taco Bell favorites. So grab a Cravings Pack for your crew at Taco Bell's contactless drive-thru.
Graduation is such a momentous occasion, but because of COVID-19 crisis, the class of 2020 will not have the chance to celebrate their achievement in a traditional way. We continue to show our support to the entire class of 2020 in a special user-generated segment with submissions from their loved ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for Head of the Class 2020, so let the celebrations commence for these wonderful individuals. Samantha G. Mesa is graduating Untalon Middle School, moving on up to high school. Great job, baby girl. Now you'll be in high school and closer to achieving your goal for yourself after graduation. You can do anything you put your mind to. Love your family. Also, moving on up from middle school to high school, Jasani A. Taylor graduating Jose Rios. Great job, baby girl. We are all proud of all of your accomplishments. Love your family. Brennan Nathaniel Fenonia from Simon Sanchez. Brennan enlisted in the Guam Army National Guard at the age of 17. He completed his Army basic training in August of 2019, and he is set to continue AIT this year. Brennan is an E2 and has been serving for 14 months now. Congratulations, Brennan. We are extremely proud of you and all of your accomplishments. Aggie Indalacio is graduating from Chaminade University of Honolulu, graduating with magna cum laude honors, Bachelor of Science in Behavioral Science. Congratulations, Aggie, on all your accomplishments. We are so proud of you. Love the family. Damian Harlan Arile Narcissus, graduating from JFK. We are beyond proud of you, Brother Bear. You've come a long way and have been through so much. You are amazing. Keep pushing for what you want. With all our love, Mom, Dad, your brothers, Grandma, Uncle Herbie, and Grandma and Grandpa Santos. And Kiara Dial, graduating from Anderson Middle School, moving on up to high school. Daughter, we are so proud of this huge milestone in your life. Keep striving to do and be your best. We love you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Head of the Class for 2020. It's time to celebrate.
And you can watch more of those submissions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Back with more news after this.
MTO Maintenance will now completely sanitize your home, office, or business with state-of-the-art commercial sprayers. For over 30 years, MTO Maintenance has been committed to the health and safety of our customers. And now, more than ever, a clean home, office, carpets, and furniture is a necessity to our island. Give us a call today. Stay healthy and stay safe, Guam.
Call 647-6861 for an appointment.
Gather round. The Cravings Pack from Taco Bell. 4 crunchy tacos and 4 beefy 5-layer burritos, paired perfectly with all your Taco Bell favorites. So grab a Cravings Pack for your crew at Taco Bell's contactless drive-thru.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
We still hand rotate every barrel. We still hand dip every bottle. We still hand cut every label and use red winter wheat from the same single-family farm. Because just like our distinctive taste, these are the marks of the maker.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
All right, everybody, the week is officially half over, but if you're a birthday celebrant, the party is just getting started. So, happy birthday to Abe Nicole Quintanilla Hale. Happy birthday to you from your friends and family. Gabby Pareto, happy sweet 16, love, and to God. Malachi Jude Woosted, happy birthday number 1 to Kai Kai. Your family and friends say we love and miss you so much. And Alexia May Borja has a birthday today, so happy birthday to you. Also, born on the 12th, so happy belated birthday wishes to Marley Judy Gopigan. Marley's 11th birthday is celebrated, and may God continue to bless you with many more birthdays. We love you so much as your family. And Eileen Gopigan, happy 60th birthday to you from your family. Dr. G, we hope you have a fantastic birthday.
And as always, you too can be a member of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club just by registering online. That'll do it for us tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be safe out there.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Good day, everyone. Nestor Lecanto here for another segment of In Full Zoom. First of all, let me introduce